welcome to the Bomb Squad, where we cover underappreciated and overhated movies. Today, this movie was a bomb, but just a little one. We're talking about, this week on Friday, maybe today, there is a release of Edgar Wright's The Running Man, based on, they say it's based on a book, but I think it's based on a movie that we're covering today. So today we're covering 1987's The Running Man, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, does it compare to the new one? How do we know? It hasn't come out yet. We just told you that.
True.
Right.
But how good
I'm
is
definitely
it?
seeing it next week or in a
finding
day
that.
when this releases. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm definitely seeing it eventually before the end of the year.
Yeah. I'm going to try and see it. And
movie
it's going to be in IMAX, right? I'm going to try and see it.
I don't know.
I feel like I just read that.
Yeah.
Are you a real IMAX hound, William?
Yeah. I don't like, it's not like I'm not obsessed with it, but if anything's in IMAX, like I would much prefer to see it,
Yeah. I always want to see it on the biggest screen possible, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
there's
so
not
today,
a true IMAX around me, which sucks.
Yeah. Today we're covering The Running Man once we return from these commercials. Thank you so much for joining us on the Bomb Squad. Please give a like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to support our channel, other than that, the best way to do it right now is to watch our movies. We have the boxing documentary Humble Spirits. We have the Mexploitation thriller Borderland about missing cartel money. Those movies are both on Tubi. Also on Tubi and Screambox, you can watch the zombie drama, The Last Ones, and of course, The Empty Space, a cosmic horror about grief and loneliness. We hope you enjoy those movies. Tell us what you think if you do watch them. And of course, you can always follow my other YouTube page, which is my shorts page, to see some short films, or just join us here. Thank you so much again, and please keep supporting the channel. Welcome back from break, guys. Thank you for watching those movies. Remember, there's nothing says Thanksgiving like watching a movie about the cartels, so go do that. So yes, today we're covering 1987's The Running Man, directed by Paul Michael Glaser. It had a different director, and he got fired 2 weeks in because Arnold said he was being annoying. And we'll talk about it in a second. It was directed by.
See that going both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was written screenplay by Steven E. D'Souza, who has written a couple of good things. He wrote Die Hard. I don't know if you've heard of that movie. Hudson Hawk, the greatest film ever made. We'll cover that one. Judge Dredd. Wow, this guy's just written a bunch of Bomb Squad episodes, what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And he also wrote 48 Hours.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He wrote 48 Hours and Commando as well. Those are his most famous movies. He wrote a bunch of other ones.
He's a cult guy.
He had a style that we will see in a second.
Totally.
It stars the greatest movie star of all time. Sorry, Tom Cruise, but it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. It always has been.
Sorry, Tom.
It also stars
better luck next time.
a double feature returning star Maria Conchita Alonso from Predator 2, which we covered last week. It stars the great TV show host Richard Dawson in the most perfect casting of all time that we'll talk about in a second. It stars another returning star from our Aliens and also Freddy's Dead, the more important movie he's in, Yaphet Kotto. And of course, the second governor who's on this cast,
the second Predator.
Jesse Ventura.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And it was based on a book that was written by Richard Bachman. If you don't know who Richard Bachman is, that is the pseudonym for Stephen King. It's also funny because Rob Cohen was the director or was the producer, and he went to go buy the rights, and he was like, "Why are these rights so expensive? Who is this guy?" And that's when they told them, it's like, "Oh, that's actually Stephen King. That's Stephen King."
Right.
More trivia.
I think you missed Paula Abdul.
Oh, Paula. Well, she's not in it. She choreographs.
Wait, is that not Paula Abdul?
Who?
You mean during the dancing part?
In The Running Man?
The girl?
Wait,
the girl's Maria Conchita Alonso.
Holy shit! Oh, can we swear yet?
Yeah, we can swear now. They're not even the same.
Paula Abdul.
She did choreograph this movie. Did you know that?
Did you watch?
No, I must have just
Mad
seen her
Max
name, and I
Beyond
thought I just
Thunderdome
assumed.
by mistake?
Did you just? Did you just rant? Paula Abdul's not in Beyond Thunderdome. That's Tina Turner.
Oh, I got it wrong.
But no,
we're
Paula
both
Abdul did do the
idiots.
choreography for something, but we'll talk about it in a second. But yeah,
Okay.
Christopher Reeves was originally attached to play this movie, and it was much closer to the book. This movie's a big departure from the book. We'll talk about what the departure is when we talk about the storyline. And so Andrew Davis was hired, but then he was fired after 2 weeks because Arnold didn't get along with him. And then so he hired Glazer. And then Arnold said that Glazer shot it like a TV show, which is going to come in handy once you find out what the movie's about. I think it works in its favor. But also the reason that they changed some of the movie is because like in the book, John Richard, who's Arnold's character, he's like so skinny from malnourishment that he like can barely walk some days, you know. And as soon as they hired Arnold, they're like, well, he's not that.
Changing everything.
Yeah, so they were like, it makes more sense for him. So they changed a lot of the storyline. In the book, he has a family. We won't talk too much about the book, but
Yeah, it's like it's so different. It's like
Yeah.
not even.
and so
Yeah.
all that happened, and yes, so the Running Man is about in the future of 1997.
No, 2017. Because
2017.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's
because
right.
it was 30 years later, 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2017, still in the past. The most popular show, the world is in kind of an economic depression.
Downheaval.
Yeah, it's in a 2005 Trump
It's
president depression.
It's
Yeah.
DHS is running everything.
And it literally
Or
says
dystopian for
that
sure.
the only thing that's keeping everyone from the revolution is a TV show entitled The Running Man, where they get ex-cons and you have to survive this game show where there's things called hunters and they're trying to kill you. And if you survive, then you get to go free and you get like $1 million and you get to go. And so it's the most popular show. People bet on it. It's a very like everything is capitalism and violence. It's a very 2025 world that they're living in. And so that's the world. And Arnold has yet to play. The poster is so funny because it says something about like this is the most dangerous game. No man has ever survived, but Arnold has yet to play. That's how movies were. That's how movies were advertised in the 80s. They didn't even like. They're like, "What's the character's name? It doesn't matter. That's Arnold."
It's Arnold. Yeah, come on.
It's so irrelevant. In my notes, I kept calling him John Matrix, and I was like, "Wait, no, that's not his name at all."
That's incorrect because Arnold has one of the coolest names. His name is Ben Richards, the Butcher of Bakersfield.
That's
Ben
a cool
Richards.
that's a cool nickname. Ben Richards
Yeah.
is just 2 first names.
So the biggest difference is let's start. So Ben Richards was a cop, and he was a helicopter cop.
Yes,
And they were going over like a food strike. There was people protesting that they don't have any food, and then the government is like, "Hey, we're evil, so kill them." And Arnold's like, "I don't want to do that," and so they like beat him up, and that's how. And then they frame him. But I have a question. What was the government's plan? Was it always to frame Arnold, or like, why didn't you talk to him about this on the ground? You had a
Right.
You could have killed all
I mean, they
your
were going to be
dudes.
killed by a helicopter. This like
Yeah.
I mean,
unarmed citizens.
I assume we have to get political while we talk about this movie because it's
Yeah.
incredibly
It's very
similar to
Yeah.
the time we're living through. But to me, if it had gone off without a hitch, they would have just said like, "Oh, there's terrorists hiding in that
Yeah.
crowd," or like,
Yeah.
Right.
like the sense isn't that the government is like all powerful and smart. It's just like all like it's like there's the military everywhere, but also it's like still barely being held.
Yeah.
Similar to
Yeah.
today. Yeah.
You get the sense that they wanted to kill him not because they're evil, but because there is a food shortage, and if they kill like 100 people, there's 100 less people to feed. Like that kind of evil, you know,
Right.
the
Yeah.
capitalism.
And there's
type
a
of evil.
part in the scroll at the beginning that says like whenever people are no longer entertained, they have to resort to other methods. And then it cuts right to the helicopter killing. So I assume that's what they meant too. Like
Oh,
they're also
yeah.
just doing it to oppress and just
Right.
like keep everybody in line.
Which is
Yeah.
it's very let's just say the current president his fans really like his theatrical antics, but you can kind of tell they're like, hey, why is food so expensive? And it's almost
Yeah.
like you're seeing, it's like this plays out in every dystopia, you know?
Right,
It's
right.
like you
Right.
can only like distract people so long from the fact that they like can't afford food, you know?
Yeah. And also, and then we cut to, I think it starts like this. The opening titles is like a guy running, and then it's like playing cool
Yes.
techno music. It's like the
They look
coolest.
Yeah.
awesome.
I
It's so
miss
good.
opening credits. Like, I love The Dark Knight, of course, but The Dark Knight really starts the trend of no more opening credits. And like, I miss cool opening credits. Like, not even like
Yeah, like
superhero opening
swooshing in.
credits are too much. Like, I want the Running Man like 10-second one, you know,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
or
Then
the
like even like Avatar just jumps like right into it.
yeah.
Like there's like nothing.
You know what doesn't jump into it, guys? The Empty Space. Go watch it. It has a cool title sequence that took us a lot of time.
Yeah,
But yeah,
bring back
so
Saul Bass.
then we go to the title sequence, and then it cuts to a prison. And so now Arnold's in prison with 3 other convicts. There's a smart guy.
Yeah.
There's
With glass. You know he's smart because he has glasses.
You know he's smart
And
because he's skinny and has glasses. And then Yaphet Kotto plays the tough guy who's strong. But it's also like, you do know that Arnold Schwarzenegger is your castmate? Like, you know, when you're on the Nostromos and it's like Sigourney Weaver, you're going to look pretty big next to her. But when it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, you shouldn't be playing the strong guy.
He's the capable second man.
The very rare bearded Arnold to kind of show how disheveled he is in prison.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I did want to talk about that. It is the coolest Arnold has looked, and it's like a shame that he shaves a beard. It's like, what are you doing, buddy? It's
probably because he's like, people want to see the chin. I get it because he's so muscular.
Also, probably because if you really pay attention, it's the fakest beard of all time.
Well,
so they probably could not stay on for that long. And so also, so they're in this prison, and they have a thing around their neck that explodes if they cross a barrier. And so then they're like, okay, let's we're gonna fake. They're like, okay, you guys ready? And Arnold's like, yeah, I'm ready. And so they start fighting. Kotto and Arnold, they start fighting, and it's a distraction. And then they like take over the guards, and they're trying to turn off the thing. And then another returning character from last time is Chico, who also I think would play a character named Chico in Predator 2. He's the Mexican guy with the Jerry curl. Who's in like every movie.
He's in so many things, yeah.
Yeah, any movie from the 80s that needed like a Mexican gangster, that guy is.
He's your man.
Yeah. Thomas Rosales Jr. You're in Tremors. He's in Tremors. He's in Commando. He's in Speed. He's in Pirates of the Caribbean. He's in Outer Banks.
Just swarthy, cool guy.
He's in Training Day, the movie and the TV show. He's in Westworld. Yeah, so he's in a million movies. But his name is Chico because of course it is. And so they're trying to turn off the gate, and he's like, I'm going to run. And he starts running, and they're trying to turn off the gate, and then they can't get it in time, and Chico's head just explodes. And then immediately after, they shoot the guy, the other guard, the last guard left, and they're all able to leave. But it's also like, can't they just turn it back on? Doesn't matter.
It's very. What's interesting too about this, because it's funny because they tell you about the Running Man in the opening credits, and then so and obviously it's the title of the movie. That's what it's going to be about. It takes way longer, like, because this is my second time watching it, to get to the game show, but it's all good stuff, like him in prison and then like him kind of like on the escape is really cool.
That's what I was gonna say, because I do want to point out that like he's been framed, he's shown that he's not a bad guy. They go to the prison, and then the opening titles start because it hasn't been 10 minutes yet. There's like so much going on in this movie.
Yeah, it's a lot of setup for sure.
And then it cuts to him, and he's meeting like this old wizard he meets Bernie Sanders essentially.
Yeah,
this is good though.
The leader of the underground.
One thing, you might know this if you've seen any like Arnold movie from a certain time period, but anytime he talks in this movie, it's either like exposition or the coolest one-liner, and like literally he's talking to this old wizard who's like talking about like, oh, they're just pumping out propaganda from the airwaves. People need to know the truth. And he literally goes, truth hasn't been very popular lately, as he's putting a cigar in his mouth. And like every line of his is just kind of that.
Because they say like they know he's the butcher of Bakersfield, and he tries to tell him he's been framed, but they don't really listen because they're like, well, he's still a cop. And so he goes,
they're not wrong.
And then he's like,
They're like, he still has the Nazi tattoos.
He's like, oh, you want to do you guys want to dream, but you don't want to do anything. You don't want to fight. That's why like you guys are dumb. I'm not gonna tell anyone.
Yeah, he's like you want to use words,
right?
And then like the old man like goes to him and he's like, well, nothing to lose your head over. And then it just cuts to the next scene. They're like, that's good. That's what dialogue is.
This is a cool scene though, because they're like they're worried about the propaganda, obviously.
Yeah.
And if you're like an adult and living in 2025, you're probably aware, like if you've been to an airport in the last month, you've seen like a propaganda video like from the White House being like, blame the Democrats for the shutdown, whatever. It's like all over. But in the movie, they're like worried. They're like, oh, but the kids don't know like that it's not real. And they're like, oh, what about schools? They're like, oh, they closed all the schools. They get all their information from screens. I'm like, oh man, Running Man predicted iPad kids too. Like,
yeah,
it really is just like completely.
They're like, his name is Joe Rogan.
Right.
Oh, and see, and I do want to point out that every single line that Arnold has, if it's not a one-liner, he says it like a one-liner. Like there's a part where like someone hands him something and he says, "You got it." Like that's how you would reply to that, but he goes, "You got it." It's like everything is said in that cadence, and that's why it's amazing. And so, okay, so then he's gonna go with his brother. He's trying to get his brother to take him out, and like they're gonna escape and stuff. So he goes to his brother's apartment, and he goes and takes a shower and shaves. What are you doing, Arnold?
He
just
helps
cool.
himself out, yeah.
And then there's just magically men's underwear in there, so he puts that on. And then that's when Maria Conchita Alonso comes in, and she's renting the apartment now. And so he captures her because she knows who he is.
His brother for re-education. Because
and Arnold's on blast. Like Arnold is like on every TV screen, and it's like, get this guy back.
And
he is
also
a serial killer, and they've made this like AI video, showing him like that's a big thing. Like the government can do. They can like fudge footage to like
deep fakes.
Make you do. They can do deep fakes. Yeah. So like the whole world or the U.S. or wherever this is showing us that he is the butcher of Bakersfield. He like wanted to kill all these people, and the government were like, don't kill this crowd of hungry citizens. But everyone thinks that he is a butcher.
What's crazy is just before this, it kind of shows him like moving through the city to get to his brother's apartment. And he's just kind of like dressed as a construction worker. Yeah,
he's also wearing a Gold's Gym shirt, which he owned at the time.
World's Gym.
I know. It's very very
very much.
So he gets there and like he kind of takes her hostage, and then like I was saying, because he's like going through her stuff, and he's like, "Oh, look, you have banned books and all that stuff." And she's like, everyone does it. And then she's like, you don't even have a travel pass. And he goes, you do. And he tears it off and he goes, no, I do. And it's like, that's what I say every line. And then she's like, he's like, oh, you're going to go with me. We're going to escape the country. And then like, I'll let you go. And she's like, I'm not going to go with you. And then he like lifts up the entire bed and rips it off of the floor. And she goes, why would I go with you? And he rips it off and he goes, because I'm going to say, please. And he lifts it up. And it's like, and she goes, oh, well, since you asked. And then we cut to the TV station, which is a big
Richard
tower.
Dawson.
And so for those who don't know, Richard Dawson, he did Family Feud. He did like a bunch of shows. Like he was always like, he was the host that like, if you see someone making fun of an old game show host, they're probably doing a Richard Dawson impression where like he'd be like, give me a kiss, darling, like that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And he did like Family Feud and like What's That Noise, all those kind of stupid game shows. And so they've hired him because he's the host of The Running Man, which is the most genius idea ever. Like I feel like, well, they didn't do that. They should have done that again. They should have gotten Ryan Seacrest. I don't know who's the popular show.
But then you wouldn't be able to tell when it switches from Glenn Powell to Ryan Seacrest. You're like, oh, this is too generic.
If they really wanted to update the story, it would have been Mr. Beast, and he would have been like, let's kill him. It's like, that's not even the game. Oh, by the way, when they're in the apartment, they're watching a show called Climbing for Dollars, where it's just a chain with dollar bills taped to it,
yeah.
and you climb it, and
It's-
underneath is dogs like that are gonna kill you, and then the dude falls, and I guess he gets killed by dogs.
And everyone's like, yeah.
It's very
It's a
RoboCop
school movie.
adjacent, like the TV
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah,
like,
this
Oh.
is very.
She's
very,
also she's
very
watching.
ripoff.
She has
For
there's an
sure.
aerobic show, and it's Jesse Ventura as Captain Freedom.
Yes,
Yeah.
previous
Doing
hunter.
the aerobic show. You find out that he's also part of the Running Man.
Well, yeah, he's an ex-hunter, and that's the cool thing is that this world feels very lived in. Like that's a smart way to do it, and also like we said that the director came from TV, and I think that works because he kind of films this movie like a TV show, but because it's supposed to be a TV show, it really works. Like they're exaggerating colors and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so Richard Dawson comes in, and like he's like loved, and he goes to the lobby, and he like this old janitor bumps into him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mister. What's his name?
Damon Killian.
Damon Killian." He's like, "I'm sorry, Mister Killian," and he's like, "Don't worry about it. You're good." And then they get to the elevator, and he tells the security guard like his name is like I don't know, Buff or whatever. He's like, "Hey, Biff, if he's mopping the floor tomorrow, you'll be mopping the floor by the end of the week." It's like everyone in this movie is so exaggerated.
They're so
it's
evil,
very
but in a way though that you do get the sense that is happening now at like DHS. You know what I mean?
I think
Where
it's
like
that
everyone's an incompetent psychopath. You know,
it's that kind. Well, hey,
Yeah.
he's not incompetent. He has the highest ratings in the whole world.
ratings are lagging now. It's part of the issue.
So
brains.
he
Oh,
so he gets in, and they're trying to give him people, and he's like, "These guys suck. We need better ratings." And then he sees a video of Ben Richards running in slow motion that someone was just playing on multiple TVs for some reason. And then he's like, "I want that guy," and they're like, "You can't get him." And they're like, "I'll pull some strings and I'll get him."
No, this is actually a cool scene because they say like, "Oh, you can't use military prisoners. That's part of like our agreement with the U.S. government." And he's like, "Don't worry about it." And it's funny. It's like, "Oh, those laws still exist. They're just ignored." And he says, he gets on the phone. He's like, "Give me the Justice Department, Entertainment Division." No, wait. Give me the president's personal
president's
publicist. Yeah. And you're just like, yay. It's like so many like world building details just in like 2 seconds. You know.
I know.
Right.
Oh, also, let me find his name. But it has that guy who's always like the evil henchman in the 80s. He was like
his
in
bodyguard?
Ghostbusters. No, Kurt Fuller. He's in Ghostbusters too.
Yeah. Is he the guy that he plays like he's like a,
Yeah,
a tech
the one-
guy?
The one who goes, and action, and that guy.
Love
But yeah,
that guy.
He's
Love that
also,
guy.
he's in Midnight in Paris, Sound of Freedom, Psych the movie. He's in Heathers, a TV show. Yeah,
Already
he's in
sold me.
everything. He's in American Dad. Like, he's just
Psych
in
the
every.
movie.
If you've ever seen anything where they need the new guy, he's the principal in the new guy. But anyway, so he's in it too, and he's like his producer guy. And so
Yeah.
they're gonna decide to get him, and then we get back to Ben, and they're trying to get through the airport. And then it's also like this was made in what 87. So even though this is like trying to depict a very like dystopian future, like they're trying to get through the past.
As TSA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they give him his fast pass, but then they can't find hers because it doesn't exist. And so he's like, "Oh, let me open my wife's purse." He's like putting everything over like National Lampoons. And then the guy's like, "Just go, it's fine." And it's like, oh man, the fact that they even have shoes on.
I know. They
Right,
didn't
right.
make them go through it. We should say, too, he is dressed in the most comical tourist clothes to, like, pretend that him and his wife are going on vacation. It's like a Spirit Halloween tourist guy costume.
Yeah, he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, a white hat, and giant aviator sunglasses.
And big, like,
and
white
even
pants, yeah.
Maria, at one point, she goes, "Oh, I get car sick, I get air sick. I'm gonna throw up all over you." And Arnold goes, "Go ahead. It won't show on this shirt."
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie has like 30 perfect lines like that. You know?
And then she like she finally sees some cops, so she's like, "I'm gonna take a risk," and she like runs away. She gets everyone's attention, so he gets captured, and then it cuts to him in like the jail, and it goes to you just hear Richard Dawson's voice, and he's like, "Hey there, good looking," and then like the light turns on. He goes, one of us is in big trouble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
And so he tells them, like, you can either be on the show of the Running Man, or we captured Yaphet Kotto and the Smart and Egon,
The
and
two
we're gonna
friends.
send them in your place. And so he's like, well, I'll do it then. And then see, like, this is one of my favorite parts, and one of the great things about this movie is that we cut to the opening title sequence of the show, which is just like half naked dancers.
Yeah.
Like dancing under like
It is-
flashing lights, and it's like filmed in that TV way, like that Victoria's Secret way, where they're all in like their underwear, but it's shot very modestly. Like it's not really going for like gratuity, you know. It's very like
but it's
classy.
an extended sequence. They dance
It
for a
is.
long time.
It's very
and that's why it's crazy.
ostentatious.
That's why it's crazy you said Paula Abdul, because she choreographed this.
That must
and a lot
be,
of those
I guess I
girls
just saw her name in the credits and I was like, I guess because I knew she was an actress in some movies.
Yeah.
And so I just must have put that connection together.
And so a lot of the girls who are doing the dance are Lakers girls. And so then like Richard Dawson comes out and he goes, so who loves you and who do you love? And they're like, Killian. And then he
the
goes,
crowd loves this guy. This guy's like the
it's
most famous guy in the world.
Yeah. And inside the show, they're doing bets, but they're also winning games and playing stuff. Outside the show, they're doing bets, just like black market bets, but like
it's like the kind of proletariat, like the rabble outside, and it's like a guy in like a leather fedora, like taking all the bets.
Yeah.
You know?
Inside is DraftKings, and outside is Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It's bookies. And so then like they're like, okay, we're gonna put this guy in the Running Man. All he has to do is survive for 3 hours or something.
You know, it's funny.
Survive the night.
Because they talk about the prize, like, oh, if he wins, he could win, like, there's multiple prizes, and essentially they show, like, oh, here's our former grand prize winners.
You get pardoned. You can go anywhere you want in the world, and I think you get $1 million.
But there are lesser prizes, which is funny because one of the lesser prizes is a trial by jury. And it's funny that like, the system's so bad that you don't even get that unless you win the Running Man in like a I don't know, mediocre way.
Also, how
they
can
don't
there
explain how you get the lesser prize?
Like, how can you get a lesser prize? Like, you win, but you lose your arm or something.
Well, they kind of imply that like the
you have died.
The stalkers who are the ones who hunt the Running Men.
Yeah.
They're allowed to do whatever they want when they.
I guess.
You.
Yeah, and a little bit
they don't
there
always
is a
kill
chance.
You. I think
there's
might
a chance they could get captured. There's a little one.
Yeah. So maybe if you like lasted 2.5 hours and then they like cut off your leg,
or they captured him. Yeah. So that's, and then there's like a real cool scene where they make Arnold sign a contract. There's like a nerdy guy who's like reading it to him, and he's like, and then Arnold has to sign it. He's like, you can use my back. And then Arnold gets the pen and stabs him in the back, and he goes, make sure you send me a copy.
Yeah, it's his court-appointed agent.
Yeah, his business agent. Yeah, so you don't have a lawyer; you just have like a Hollywood agent. I love it. It's so.
And then also, like, he rises up from the ground, and then two dancers, like, he's wearing like a black robe, kind of, and it's like a bodysuit, and two dancers grab it and they pull it apart because the actual Running Man suit is like a gold, silver suit.
It's insane.
And by the way, like the movie or the book, correct me if I'm wrong, William, but isn't the book just like he has 30 days and there's anyone can kill him?
Yeah, so in the book, like this is what it's confusing to read the book and then watch the movie because they are so different. But like in the book, he just like you go sign up yourself, and you have to survive like a month, and you just get to go out into the world and you can hide wherever you want, you can go wherever you want, and there are people after you.
That's a cool
and that's
idea.
pretty much the game. And you have to videotape yourself every night and upload a video, and they show that.
Oh, so they know.
It's like so they're keeping track of you, kind of.
Does seem to be that's what the new one, the Glenn Powell one, seems to be.
I think so. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, also
they have 4 quadrants that you have to defeat 4 bad guys, and then you win in the movie.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the stalkers are different. Oh, okay, so they do that. Then they tell him, but while they're like giving his backstory, they Maria's watching. Her name's Amber. Amber's watching,
Yeah.
and they say like, oh, at the airport, Ben Richards killed like 8 people, and they showed just 8 dead bodies. And Amber's
Right.
like, what the
Yeah.
hell? That didn't happen.
That didn't happen. Yeah.
And so that's when because Ben Richards says he's innocent, but of course he's going to say that. So she starts looking into it, and she works there, so she's checking. She does the jingle, which is a very funny thing to happen.
Yeah, she's an artist.
Yeah.
She's a musician. Yeah.
And I want to say that her and Arnold have. This is one of Arnold's very few love interest movies, and they have very good chemistry.
Yeah.
But Arnold and Richard Dawson's chemistry is off the charts. They like it's amazing.
It's
He's gonna they put him in this like go-kart that they're gonna shoot down a tunnel to the game. And they're like, oh, but by the way, he has friends. Like everyone, he might be a big strong guy, but he needs friends.
Right.
And so he's like, I tricked you. I'm gonna send Yaphet Kotto and the other guy, Egon, to go with you. And that was like the deal that he wouldn't. And so then
I will say that the go-kart thing going through the tubes is the best part of the movie, in my opinion. Also, it looks so cool.
So Ben Richards is like sitting like this, you know? Like they just sitting in the, and Yaphet Kotto and the nerdy guy are sitting like upside down, like having to look.
Yeah, they're like
for like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
like, hey, send me
down.
Yeah.
But no, this is another iconic line.
Yeah, it's because Arnold then he goes, "Hey, Killian, I'll be back."
Oh yeah.
And then Killian turns to him and goes, "Only in a rerun."
Yeah, which is like,
yes.
But would they have reruns? Also, here's another funny thing.
They have reruns.
So originally in theaters, he says, "I'll come back for you," but after they had the take of him saying, "I'll be back" for some reason. And then after Terminator, once it got released on like video and stuff, they changed it to him saying, "I'll be back." And so they so you can't find a copy of him saying "I'll come back" anymore. But I think that's crazy. Like, he can say
kind of understand
it, though, there's when it came out in theaters, it was not "I'll be back."
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
He said, "I'll come back for you" or something like that. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. They're like, "What do you mean that you had it all ready to go?" Like.
Yeah.
How did you replace it? How did you know he was going to eventually get famous saying that? So yeah, that's a crazy thing.
I know.
But yeah, so they go into the thing, and then they have to go out, and like while this is happening, Richard Dawson is having the crowd like play a game where they pick a lucky contestant, kind of like The Price is Right, and they like give them gifts, or like they let them do bets, but they also get to pick the stalker, and the old lady picks. She goes, "I know my husband and son have their favorites, but I gotta go with my favorite, and I love big cuddly men."
Yeah.
So she picks Sub-Zero.
He's a pro wrestler in real life. He's a huge Japanese guy.
Yes, but you missed one thing, Josh. You missed that it's Professor Sub-Zero.
That's true.
So, yeah.
It is Professor Sub-Zero.
It is Professor Sub-Zero.
They don't say what he's a professor of.
No.
But he does.
But also, in true 80s fashion, it's like he's played by an Asian guy, and he's like his thing is that he's on skates, and he has a hockey stick, and it's like a sword, and he cuts you in half with it. So nothing to do with his Asian heritage. But the announcer is like, "He's as cold as sushi," and it's like, you don't have to say
there's a
that.
sushi reference for sure.
They had to throw in some 80s racism.
You can stick to hockey references, announcer guy. Like, I know we're in dystopian. You just got canceled.
And apparently,
bro.
it's because the actor Toru Tanaka was also known as Professor Tanaka in the world of like boxing and like wrestling.
That's awesome.
So it's like they're just like, he's still a professor in this. Why not?
Yeah,
which is cool. Yeah.
Oh, and then also there's a part where Jesse Ventura, remember, he's retired. They're like, they show him at the after party, and it's so like 80s, you know, like he's wearing like a red and blue blazer. It's like, where did you even find that? And so
he's just kind of hanging out for most of the movie.
That's what Josh was saying, and that's probably why you can be a partial winner, because they go onto an ice rink, which of course. Like, I hope there's an ice rink because he has ice skates.
It's funny because first they launch them out of like these tubes.
Yeah.
And then when they land, there's like a wall of riot cops waiting to like kettle you, like Portland riot cop style, like just like towards this like tunnel. Yeah. And then spectators can like throw cans and jeer at you as you like start the beginning of it. You know?
Also, like, it's kind of crazy. There has to be like a stage that rotates, because how did they know she was going to pick Sub-Zero? And once she picked Sub-Zero, how did they set up an ice rink so fast?
The layout, the layout is
studios.
Yeah, that's why I think there's a rotating
maybe
stages.
Maybe the riot cops are like told like, oh, like get them towards this like path. You know, it's like it's kind of a maze. It's kind of ambiguous.
So they get out there and there's ice, and so Sub-Zero's like going around the ice, and he can grab you and take you as you're like hanging on to his hockey puck, or what is it called? Hockey stick.
His stick. He gets the nerdy guy. And the nerdy guy's clutching on as he's being
in a really cool shot. It looks great.
And he gets him into this trap that like traps him. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Maybe if that happens, like maybe you get trial by jury.
They just don't kill you. Yeah.
Or you get probation, you know? And so he's like trying to fight him, and eventually they like grab barbed wire and they like wrap it around him. And he like chokes to death.
On barbed wire. It's pretty brutal. I like.
And then like it's also funny because it immediately cuts to the audience, and it's like they've never seen a hunter die before. It's like we're not even gonna say anything, Joshua, but it's kind of crazy. Like this audience has been begging for blood, and then as soon as like their guy dies, it's like a completely different script.
We're not gonna say the best line in the movie.
Oh no! And then they're like, he's like looking at the camera, and Arnold goes, "Sub-Zero, now, Plane Zero."
Yeah, what?
I don't even know if that makes sense.
It's
so good. Sense at all. That was insane.
Right. And yes,
like, what
the audience
is that?
Is horrified. And
okay.
I could say a lot about modern politics, but I won't.
Yeah. And it's also funny because then they're like, even Richard Dawson is like, he's like on the phone and he's like, yeah, it was bound to happen eventually, but like you could tell he's shooken up, you know.
Yeah,
and Jesse Ventura's like,
be worth anything.
Yeah. Jesse Ventura's like, let me go down there, I'll kill him. And they're like, no, you're like worthless.
Yeah, for some reason. We don't really ever know why. I don't think.
I know. I think it's just because he thought since he retired, like I don't think Richard Dawson likes that he retired.
Yeah, they kind of get like at one point, Jesse Ventura is trying to be like, this reminds me back to the days like, yeah, we're busy, and it's just one of those like, oh, these guys like hate each other, but they hate each other where they're barely concealing it, you know?
Yeah. And so then they're like, oh, we got to keep the story going so we can kill him. So now they're gonna send 2 as a cheat, and they pick Dynamo, who's like a big fat electric guy, and he sings. What is he? He sings Italian.
He's an opera singer. He sings opera. He shoots electricity out, and there's a sign that says, "Please clap for Dynamo."
Yeah,
that he shoots on, and I was clapping. I was like, "Yay!" Dynamo.
While singing
like
opera,
Ave Maria or something. Yeah.
No, I don't like Dynamo.
You like Buzzsaw.
He's a gross one. I don't like Buzzsaw either. I will say these 2 are my least favorite stalkers. Buzzsaw, he has 2 chainsaws, and the cool thing about Buzzsaw is that he has them in holsters on the side of his
back. And he rides a motorcycle.
While
wielding 2 buzzsaws.
And Dynamo drives like a futuristic dune buggy that his head comes out of. It's so
that has stupid. Lights on it.
It looks so dumb.
And it's like it doesn't maneuver well at all. They really have overestimated.
They did not have it working.
Yeah. And so then they're like, so they attack and they subdue him. But while that's happening, Maria and the nerdy guy
subplot. Yeah,
they go.
Have we talked about her coming in yet?
No. She gets arrested.
Caught. Yeah,
she finds the real footage of what happened when they framed him, and she realizes that they've been framed. But then she gets caught, and so Richard Dawson's like, she was his secret lover.
Oh, you know what, too? And this is another thing that's
they
very
slander her.
2025. They're she's a single woman. Can you believe it? Like,
Yeah.
it's
She's
like
had sex
Matt
with
Walsh
maybe
or
3
something.
different men.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a single woman who's gone on dates. How dare
Yeah.
her? Yeah.
And then they said
We're gonna
something like
send her to the goons.
until
Yeah.
she met the love of her life, Ben Big Guns Richards. It's like, why did you give him a new nickname?
I think they
Yeah.
also
Butcher of Bakersfield is great.
they also said she
Yeah.
like cheated in college or something
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
It's very-
irrelevant. They're like,
Yeah. Who would
Yeah.
have thought of a media that would pick up like someone's past and use it against them if they
Yeah.
were killed
Yeah.
by authorities? But yeah, so they send her down, and so they're all running. And so then the nerdy guy and her, they realize that the uplink code that everyone's been looking for, they can tap into everyone's TV, internet. It's like everyone's connection. They realize that they've been hiding it in this thing because why would anyone go into the Running Man torture chambers?
Arena.
You know?
The confusing
do-
maze of an arena.
I do like this part because the nerd and Yakko Kopic keep saying like, "Oh, we need to find like the upload link, like we have to get to it." And Arnold says something like, "If you say upload link again, I'm gonna upload my foot in your ass."
Yeah.
like even he doesn't care about the exposition.
Yeah.
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 And so they go
Good to
find
win.
it, and they find a code or something, and she's like telling him. And so while that's happening, they take out the guys on the in his go-kart, and then he's like chasing her, and then he just falls.
He also he's like as he's chasing after her, it's playing Flight of the Valkyries. And it's
Yeah.
like,
He has and I think he's
Like-
singing it, but it's cool because as soon as he falls, he's like, "Oh no, got a commercial." Like he doesn't realize like it's real for you, like you're gonna about to die, you know?
Right. Like Arnold's coming at you with a huge pole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Arnold's gonna kill him, but then he decides not to, and he tells him like, I'm not heartless like you. I'll leave him, alive. And so then they run off.
He does kill Buzzsaw with his own buzzsaws. Though.
Well, it's because Buzzsaw goes, this chainsaw's a part of me. I'm gonna make it a part of you. And Arnold goes, no, you keep it. And it's like that's not a one-liner. Okay. It's nothing.
But
also, yeah.
What I do like, and I know we're going through the plot now, but one thing that's kind of great about this movie, because I almost feel like there's different types of action movies where, like, sometimes you see the guy struggle and, like, oh, he overcomes odds. But there's others, like this one, or Equilibrium's another example, where you're never in doubt that he's just going to brutally own whoever he comes across.
Yeah. I will say that I think
he's so good.
And also, while they're killing him, they're like, hey, I think it's Jim Jones plays Furio. What's the last guy's name?
Fireball.
No, Fireball.
Oh, Fireball. Fireball's cool.
Yeah. Jim Brown. It's not Jim. They're like, Fireball to the exit room or whatever. And he knows he has to go. And so while they're like searching through the but there's a part where Arnold, he like says what happened. And Maria goes, we should have taken that trip to Hawaii. And Arnold goes, I had the shirt for her, but you fucked it up.
Yeah. Which is true.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
While Maria's like looking around, because then they kill. Because then before Dynamo dies, he kills the fucking the nerdy guy. He shoots
the nerd with electricity while he's hacking. Yeah.
And then Arnold's like
the code
running
just in time. Yeah.
Yeah, and he gives it to the girl, and then Buzzsaw, when they're fighting, he cuts Yaphet Kotto, and Yaphet Kotto's like, I can't go on, I'm gonna die. And so they're out. And so now Fireball's there, and Maria's like looking, because now she's like trying to get away. She's like looking around, and she finds the bodies of like last year's winners. Because at the beginning they showed last year's winners, like we said, and they were like on a tropical island, but they're dead.
It's a deep fake. Yeah, they just killed them and threw them in like a closet,
locker room.
And it's so cool because like she's reading the names, and she reads like two of them, and then Fireball reads the third one, and she goes, last year's winners, and he goes, no, last year's losers.
Yeah.
And then he's like, time to die. And then Arnold, who's been hiding in the roof, like pulls his thing out, or his like fire, his like gas leak, so he can't shoot the fireball. Then they kick him, and then they throw a flare at him and they explode him.
He gets owned. You know what is funny about the revelation, and I don't know how else you would do it in a movie like this, that the whole thing is a lie. Like even if you win, you lose.
Yeah.
But the idea, it's like, don't they have someone like cleaning this course? It's like they never just like stumbled across these old bodies. The kindly janitor from the beginning isn't like, whoa.
It's probably the cop.
Also, I don't think they clean that course. It's the area that they're in is like the destroyed.
It is pretty bombed out.
City.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it literally, but I almost feel like you'd see more bodies.
But they would have to. Yeah. They would have to like put like motorcycle tracks and ice down.
Yeah, they'd have to. That ice ring requires a lot of maintenance.
We didn't talk about it because it's not that important. But if you ask yourself, does Fireball fly? He does.
Oh, he has a jetpack, like an '80s jetpack that really works, so it looks really stupid.
Yeah, so he's just kind of moving slowly, and so that's when the doors open and Bernie Sanders comes back and he's like, "Hey, this is where our underground is too. How did we not find the uplink? Anyway, we can help you now." And so they're like, "What are you gonna do?" And they're like, "Well, we're gonna take over. We have to once we put up the signal, they can jam it at the station. So we're gonna take over the station." And then Arnold goes like, "Well, I said I'd be back. I'd hate to disappoint him."
Yeah. So just so the audience knows, we have about 15 minutes left in the movie, and they have to upload an uplink, storm an entire station, and save the entire fucking world, essentially.
Planet. Oh,
so
we forgot something. We forgot to say something before. So they pick Fireball, and then they're asking. No, when it's Dynamo and Buzzsaw, they're like, "Okay, who do you think's gonna make the first kill?" And it's like some sweet grandma, and she's like, "I think it's gonna be Ben Richards." And they're like, "You can't vote on the victims."
What are you doing?
And then she's like, "Oh, you said I could vote on anyone. I vote for Ben Richards." And so then the crowd outside also starts voting for Ben Richards. So the tide is turning.
Right. This movie
people are understanding what's going on.
And I will say, this isn't inaccurate, showing how the median voter thinks that people are very easily swayed from one thing to another if someone's cool enough. And I do think that's definitely like, it's cynical, but not totally inaccurate. So I do really appreciate it. You know?
Yeah.
And so then they're like, "Okay, we're going to take over." And Ben Richards like, "I'm going to help." And then, but then William forgot a part that they have to do in the last 15 minutes, because they also get Jesse Ventura to pretend like he kills two random people, but they deep fake Arnold's face and Maria's face onto him, so it looks like he killed them. But like that's the plan, and they're like, "Okay, that's great." And then like Richard Dawson's like, "Great job, everyone. See you next season. Wow, that was great." But it's like, but you guys know Ben Richards is still alive. Like, you're not worried about that at all? Because like,
you
don't know where he is.
Think about it. He's obviously very capable.
He's gotten away so many times.
Yeah, it's like you have 1 billion cameras in there. If you can't find him, don't you think that's kind of a problem?
But this is like, to me, this is almost like endemic of like the way like powerful but incompetent authority will lie, even when the lie is very easily disproven.
Right.
Because they're like, whatever, people forget in a week. Like, they just don't care.
Right.
You know?
It's also that rich person. It's that rich person thing of like, oh, well, they're not gonna, like, I'm never gonna be touched, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then the freedom fighters come in, and Arnold comes in, and he tells them, he goes, "One of us is in big trouble." All the lines at the end are just the lines at the beginning.
It all comes back.
Because
very
then
Seinfeld.
Richard Dawson's bodyguard, his actual bodyguard, not his producer, comes out and he's like, "Huh, take him." And then the bodyguard goes, "Oh, I must have steroids in my brains," which is what Richard Dawson had told him earlier. And then he just walks away, and I was like, "That okay." And so then Arnold,
he does it though.
We'll let you find out what happens at the end. But I will say, at the very end of the movie, they play a song, and the first line of the song goes, "This is no game. And I just want to say, it was a game. That's what the whole
That's what
the whole
yeah, that's the
movie
whole
was
point.
a game.
It is.
Yeah, it's called The Running
the
Man.
most 80s love song. What's crazy though, because this song is amazing. A lot of the movies just score. It's like very synthy, very
Yeah,
like
the
score is
80s,
great.
like synth.
Very cool.
If
yeah.
you've played, and I know Andrew hasn't, William maybe has. If you've played Final Fantasy VII, which came out about 10 years later, 1997, they clearly ripped off the score of this movie.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Like
That's
it
kinda
is
cool.
like 1-to-1, and that's the first Final Fantasy that wasn't like people with swords like on horses. It's like techno dystopia. So I do wonder if they were like, oh shit, let's pull in sources of like techno dystopia movies like The Running Man. But there's one song where if you hear it, you're like, oh, that's just the Running Man theme, like 1-to-1. Like it's like exact.
Is that the one with the blonde
Yeah.
kid? Is he like that's the main character?
Cloud Strife, yes. They've made about 17 different sequels to it. It's very, very popular.
Yeah.
If you know anything about games, which you two don't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not
great,
true.
Great addition.
Any gamers in the audience will appreciate this aside.
This movie, I mean, it came out like it had to move its date because it was going to compete with Predator. But
2 Arnold movies,
which
fighting
just
each other,
happened
that's
again.
Crazy.
I know they are going to fight
Predator
again.
and Running Man fighting again. That's cool.
And it seems like they're
crazy.
both going to lose again. That is weird.
Yeah.
And so it didn't do that good, but it has kind of gained a cult following. I will say one of the only missteps of this movie is that the action's kind of lacking. Like it's always like they show their powers and then Arnold easily defeats them.
Yeah, no, this movie is great and it's really fun and it's awesome, but it does kind of feel like they maybe shot every action scene like in a weekend. Like,
yeah, it does not feel like they
it doesn't feel epic at all. Yeah, it feels pretty low budget. Like it feels like a low budget version of like a Verhoeven film. Yeah,
it feels kind of They Live to me. I don't know if that you guys got that, where it's like just the coolest guy ever in a kind of unrelated dystopian movie.
Yeah.
Just but, like walking through it.
If this movie had a 10-minute fight scene, it would have made up for a lot.
That's true. There's nothing as good as that fight scene in this, but
you kind of expect a little more gore, a little bit more blood, but you don't get it. It's entertaining enough to like kind of overcome
but you also like because I think I first watched this probably 20 years ago, maybe like 15 years. At the time I was like, oh, this is like silly and fun, but now I'm like, no, like society is this stupid. Like the people in charge of the government and like the media are this stupid. Like everything's this dumb now in 2025. You know what I mean? Like, it feels prescient in that way. You know?
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
This is my first time seeing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so,
I was very surprised. I was like, whoa, this is wild.
See, me and William, we had like difference where like, I remember after, like, I love this movie because I saw it when I was a kid. And then I read the book and I was like, what the fuck is this garbage?
Yeah. I read the book.
Wasn't this one of the books so that Stephen King basically wrote in 5 days on cocaine and no sleep? Like I've heard this is.
I mean, I believe it.
You know.
I mean, the book is like pretty action packed and everything. Like the ending is kind of weird. We won't go into that at all.
Yeah.
But like for the first half of the book, I was like, dang, this is one of the best things I've ever read. And then exactly the opposite. Like watching the movie, I was like, wait, when does he go into the city? And like, when does he get to run around?
Yeah. It's also funny because it's that thing where like, and that's one of the reasons I did that deep dive about politics and horror, to show that, you know, it's not always you think of politics in movies and you think of like, even like, what was that? Oh, One Battle After Another, where it's very like political.
Yeah.
Or, an Oliver Stone film. But it's like, this movie is like an action film about Arnold killing guys. But it's like super political like the whole time. But it's just like, I don't know, it gives it more depth, even though it's a silly action film. And it shows that like you can have fun while also making a comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And apparently it was supposed to be a lot darker, I was reading, because like the first guy that got fired, and they brought on the new director, who I guess was the guy who played David Starsky in Starsky and Hutch, is that guy. But I guess like he rewrote so much of it, and like Arnold said he kind of turned it into a cartoon or a TV show. Which one of you mentioned? It feels like a TV show. and he said he kind of like neutered the themes a little bit. So apparently it was about to be even darker. But even then, like I
That
mean,
is
the
kind of
levity that
funny.
yeah, but the levity that it brings in with like the TV series, like the TV aspect, does feel like somebody who is in the TV world like would know how this would play out if like a regime were to take over a TV station. Like they would make it fun
Right,
and
right.
bright and snappy and silly to like
Yeah.
make you feel docile about people getting killed, on
And
TV.
and see, one of the things I like about this movie, it's the thing that I don't like about The Purge, where like in the movie to show that they're kind of losing the public's um like favor is when they start betting on Richards, because now they're kind of seeing like, oh, it's bullshit, and then like they do play the
Right.
video that gives them evidence, and someone goes, "You fell as shit, Killian," or it's like the old
Yeah.
lady. And so like that's what I like it, because even though we do need to see them, like the people realize like, oh, this shouldn't exist. They do it within those in the universe. Where like when you see like a movie like The Purge, and there's like a bunch of dystopian movies that do this, where it's like it feels like it's someone from our world talking about The Purge, but that doesn't
Right.
make any sense, because it should be
Right.
someone from The Purge's world talking
Having
about The
the
Purge.
Right.
Who's
Yeah.
like in this?
Having the
yeah, and
realization.
it's
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess it's almost like this movie feels like, even though like this movie doesn't have like the internet or like social media or anything, it feels as like stupid as like TikTok and stuff like makes people. It's like this like we're in that level now. Like, because you kind of talk
Yeah.
about
Right.
like when someone thinks of
addictive
like
TV.
a political movie, they're like, oh, the Ides of March or something, where it's like
Yeah.
two guys meeting in like a room, like making a deal where it's like, no, politics is stupid now. It's like a game show host screaming at like the president's like aide. It's just
Yeah.
everything's dumb, and this movie
Right.
like captures that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have made that point multiple times.
I'm correct, and I'm gonna keep
Yeah, I
saying
just want to
it.
point out one more time.
I'm like
Everyone
Zoran
is
giving
dumb
his stump
now.
speech. All right,
Yeah. Um, yeah.
We're
That
the
was
same
the
guy.
funny.
Me and him.
You should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed for comparing yourself. That was.
we're the same guy. We
He's
have
like,
the
it's just
same
like
beard.
it's like
I've
people
always
call me
thought so.
Hassan, but like I don't believe it.
we both been to at least
They can
2
say it, I don't know.
DSA meetings at some point.
Like people call me Hassan, the Hassan of podcasting, but like I don't believe it. I just like I'm not gonna tell them not to say it. It's a free country.
Yeah. I
I
don't
mean,
think
we're
it's
Well-
well, or anything.
I'm buff like him. You're right.
Good job, New York. Good job, Arnold.
That was tight.
It's also funny
Yeah,
because Arnold
New
is
Jersey
like when
as well.
people say conservatives. Oh yeah, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. When people say conservatives, what people still think of is conservatives like Arnold Schwarzenegger, where it's like he wants smaller government, but he does still want people to be helped and stuff like that. Like he believes in climate change, which is
Yeah.
why Trump and all the Republicans right now hate Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And so, but it's funny to see like, or even like Stallone, who's even gone like full MAGA. But like you see these movies, it's like this movie is like super progressive. It's such a weird, like, it's kind of funny how the themes transcend almost politics. Well, at least in the 80s they did, where
Yeah,
it's like,
'cause it's like
oh, yeah.
undeniable. It's like because it's about
Yeah.
control of people as opposed to like
Yeah.
anything
Right.
else. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
would almost
It's hard
this
to
would almost
deny
be
that.
good. This and Death Race 2000, which we've also covered, would be like kind of two good
Yeah.
companions to one another.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
both
it'd be a
about,
fun
like,
night.
in the 21st century. Here's how bad things are.
And then you could watch
Yeah.
both the remakes and be like, oh.
Well, we don't know if the remake.
We don't know.
Well, the Total Recall,
We don't
that
know.
you could be half.
You're
no,
thinking of Total Recall, which I have not
Yeah.
seen the remake, but I've heard it's bad.
it's bad.
Yeah.
Is that
But-
that's Colin
well,
Farrell? I think I started watching.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I
Jessica Biel.
I don't blame Colin Farrell. He's a good actor.
But yeah, so thank you guys.
Check it out.
Enjoy that movie. Check out Total Recall, the remake for some reason. Yeah, check out our deep dive. Maybe we'll be able to highlight it this week. I don't know. We're still kind of embargoed, so it's hidden from algorithm. So if you liked it, share it away. And if you didn't like it, share it anyway. Be like, look at this dummy. Let's watch it.
Yeah.
Let's watch it 5 times each. But yeah, come back
Yeah.
next week. Sci-Fi November continues with
We'll be here.
another. If you thought like sometimes we're like, hey, Some movies are dumb, but they have a good political message. And some movies, they're just dumb. See which movie we cover next week on The Bomb Squad.